Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 482 for comics originally coming out on November the 7th, 2018. But before Drew and myself get into what's coming out in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday, Drew, I was not here last week, but I heard that our good friend Erica Cowabunga sweetened the pot for our very first hey, give us a review here at Comics for Fun and Profit, and we're so desperate for reviews that we'll give you a free comic if you do it by the end of the year. Sweepstakes.
We need better branding.
We need better branding.
I'm not sure we need to make it a little more catchy. But yeah. So if we can get to 10 by the end of the year, Eric has graciously offered to toss in a 1 in 25 variant from his collection into the pot with the signed Koblish Spider-Man. So we're excited about that. That sweetens the deal. I'll probably throw one in too. You know what? I will throw in one of my Dynamic Forces blind variants that I got as well. So I'll throw in a 1 in 10 or 1 in 25 as well. I might throw in a signed Garth Ennis. I was thinking about that.
There you go.
Those are pretty sweet. Or we might do a second place and do 2. I don't know. Let's see if we get to 10, we'll do. It'll make me happy.
Absolutely. Anyways, we have now 3 reviews. We have a third coming to the table. Sports Source from New York City left a rating and review on iTunes. He says, been wanting to review this very informative podcast for months now. Was a retailer years ago and started collecting from my personal collection last year, and Drew and Kyle have been my true guiding force. Now I am reselling in, and they got me involved with ordering through Cowabunga Comics each month, and what a fantastic experience it has been. Eric from Cowabunga set up an account for me, and I could not be happier. A great listen, some wonderful tips, and always a few laughs. Definitely check out this podcast. Truly worth it for flipping and collecting. Thanks, guys. So, a shout-out and a review for us, and a secondary one for our friends at Cowabunga Comics as well.
Nice.
So, thank you so much for the Sports Source. I really appreciate
Sports Source.
Shush. I'm tripping over my... Perhaps if I wasn't also eating Swedish fish while I'm trying to do this, we would be okay.
You do love the Swedish fish.
Yeah. I'm unwilling to sacrifice snacking during the podcast. I apologize.
Well, that's awesome. We appreciate that. We know it takes a little bit of your time and effort, and we appreciate everybody who does that. So thank you. Wolf Warner reached out. He's a junior specker. He's not quite to the level of Kyle and Drew, but he's right there. He's knocking at the door, and he's got a couple of tips for us. Introducing Kate Bishop as Kate Hawk in West Coast Avengers. Wow. Just read back-to-back last page new character reveals in Marvel Comics. Low key. 5th week gem. And
Kate Hawk?
Kate Hawk. I haven't read this one yet, so I don't know what he's talking about. Wolf reads his weekly comics like Wednesday at 9 a.m. Yeah. He reads like his whole stack, burns through it, and he's got all his thoughts out, and I haven't even, taken a look at what's out yet. He's on top of things. He's a true fan, I guess.
Absolutely. Like, if there is a Marvel book, he's going to get it right away.
Oh, yeah, he's on it. He said Spider Kid and Spider Knot make their debut in Spider Force #1. And Christopher Priest is writing, so I am in. That sounds good. I got to check that one out, too. Oh, by the way, that kind of reminds me. You know who I told you I was going to sit out Spider-Geddon because I read it before? And
oh, yeah. You were adamant.
No reason to go back to the well again. And I'm in, by the way. I'm reading the crossovers. I'm reading it. I'm reading I'm chasing everything down. I'm like, ooh, what happens over in Spider-Gwen? I better find out.
So this is not slot, not relevant, and we haven't cared about Spider-Man for a good year going now.
No, that's not true.
But we're Spider-Verse in it again.
I'm Spider-Verse and it's, remember how much fun it was with all those different Spideys from all those different universes and worlds?
I do. I vaguely do.
It's kind of still fun.
So you're brandishing off your Spider Ham tattoo?
Not yet. I haven't went so far as to this. Did you listen last week?
I did.
Okay, so you heard my GoBots Transformers take. Well, Wade did too. Wade Ledden, and he says, "Hey, Drew, GoBots is not a ripoff of Transformers. Tonka Toys, the yellow dump truck people, had GoBots on the shelves a full year, 1983, before the Transformers hit. If Tonka would have produced better half-hour TV commercials, we'd have all grown up with GoBots being the better-known robot/vehicle toys. The only reason I actually care about this is because my dad was an engineer at Tonka Toya in Minnetonka, Minnesota, during the late 70s into the mid-80s. And yes, having your dad work at a toy company was pretty sweet."
No doubt.
Okay, so thanks, Wade, for the GoBot information. I was misinformed.
Just an FYI, had you thrown to me last week and I would have been there,
Yes.
I would have completely concurred that GoBots was the generic equivalent to Transformers.
Yeah, like the stepbrother. Let's
the Diet
cash it.
Coke of Transformers. Yes.
Yeah, I know, right? So
Yeah.
So that's good information.
Yeah. So
I will probably forget it, and next time I think of GoBots, I'll think, oh yeah, knockoff of Transformers. But maybe I will remember this letter, and I'll say, interesting fact.
There you go.
GoBots was actually a year before Transformers.
Good to hear these things.
Ryan asks about print run volume. Gents, first thing first, terrific podcast. Always a great part of my podcast queue. You may have covered this before, but can you let me know if there is an online resource for determining the print run volume for a particular book? I'm just curious. Thanks, Ryan. Well, I don't know, but Kyle is my go-to always on how many issues were in that print run for a book. And Kyle, is that like a proprietary thing, or is that something you can share with people where you get that information?
Most of that stuff's from Comic-Con for print runs, and sometimes, like if you go to Comic Book Realm, somebody has transposed the Comic-Con numbers over to, or some tertiary Googling. Sometimes we'll find things on forums and stuff, but there is no official source other than Comic-Con for print runs on anything.
And is that a cumulative of offered agains and multiple printings, or is it just that month's sales?
Just that month. And if you want to go for reprints, it's usually you just check the next month and infer that for the most part those are a second print. So unfortunately it's not completely spelled out in black and white. It's a lot of inference and a lot of sleuthing through Comic-Con and stuff like that. And then like in the case of like New Mutants 98, how many print runs out there, it's general forum knowledge and kicking around what other people can say to try to get essentially what we think the print run on those kind of things is. But yeah, other than Comic-Con, it's guessing.
It's Googling.
Yes.
And maybe our friends at was it coverprice.com or .org? .com, I think. Coverprice.com, which we mentioned a couple of weeks ago. Maybe they can add that to their database. It's a pretty sweet little setup, so maybe they can just pull that information in. I hope that helps a little. Comic-Con, probably a good place to go. And then just Google print run plus whatever your title is.
Yeah, because Comic-Con goes back
forever.
No. Not forever at all. As far as sales for books and stuff, sorry, my internet's a little slow, so as I'm saying these things, like you can get some stuff down back as far as it looks like 1995. You get some print run numbers there. Actually, no, that's just order index. That's not even numbers on that. You're just essentially getting kind of where things shook out. So yeah, you're definitely not. I'm trying to think exactly when they started giving the actual numbers. Yeah, definitely in the 2000s and the late 90s, you're starting to get print runs. Anything before that is unofficial. And heck, even Comic-Con's unofficial.
Well, yeah, I mean that's true. It's based on, like an algebra equation, and somebody leaking their actual invoice numbers for their like what their sales are saying, like an actual creator that has that information, or publisher maybe that's sharing that information, and then they're doing the math to compute the numbers. So yeah, it's kind of that's true, but it's kind of neat because there's like 2 or 3 guys that do it, that and their numbers always line up. So they either all have the same source, or the sources they have are legit, because the numbers usually are pretty darn close and line up.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like about 1996 is where we started getting real print run numbers. 1996, 1997.
Which is pretty darn good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Michael Lamb wants to know, Kyle Ellinger, did you see Yasmin Putri will be doing the variant covers for Nightwing starting at issue 54. I will definitely be getting those because his Red Hood covers have been fantastic.
Yeah, those have been some really good hood covers, so I'm hoping he brings some really nice Nightwing covers, because it's just not easy to find good Nightwing art anymore. Even I used to have the background on my phone was Nightwing, and lately there's not been anything even worth having a background on or anything, a wallpaper. So
I think you're gonna
give me something.
I think you're gonna be happy then, because those Red Hoods are pretty sweet.
Yeah, some of those have been really nice.
Yeah. It is shocking to me that Batman Damned #1 is still selling between $50 and $60, even though it had a print run close to 100,000. And the latest census for CGC, Batman has 41 10.0s and 62 9.9s. There is no way I'm sending mine in, because a 9.8 would be a terrible grade now. I wonder if Eric from Cowabunga could explain how these high grades are possible. Cardstock, maybe? Well, Eric chimed in and said, yeah, it's due to the heavy stock covers and the square glues and for the spines. So there's much less wear and tear and much less printing press issues. It's similar to how those Heathen #1s were getting 10.0s due to their super heavy stock covers. I think Heathens, was that Vault Comics that did those?
That sounds about right.
That sounds right. Yeah. So, 10.0s for a damn #1 with Batwang. That's a long-term hold, right? If you got a 10.0, you put that on the shelf or put that in the safe deposit box and revisit it in 20 years.
If you can get a flat 10 on a Wang, you're sitting pretty.
That's awesome. Mike says, these Savage Shores #1 was a fantastic debut from Vault Comics. Speaking of Vault Comics, reminded me a lot of Manifest Destiny historical fiction. Well, I, for one, am a super fan of Manifest Destiny, one of 3 in the country, and so I'm going to check that out. I don't know that I had that on my radar. So these Savage Shores #1.
It is Vault Comics.
I will definitely check that out. Thank you. I like that. Some hits and whiffs from recent. The Batgirl 28 Middleton variant.
Oh yeah,
selling crazy, like $10 to $20. People are grabbing all the Middleton variants, bundling them, selling them for big money. So if your LCS still has them on the shelf, pick up one, pick up a couple, see what you can do with it. Might be well worth your trip. Another thing that's worth your trip is with Old Lady Harley #1 coming out. There's been a little bit of interest in her first appearance, which was Harley Quinn 42.
Seriously?
So yeah, so if you can, it's been selling. One sold for 30. They're averaging around $20. You can still find them on the shelves. They're not that old. It's like 6 months old, I think. So you might be able to find them at your LCS. Might be worth picking up for $3-4. The Wonder Woman 57 cover B, that Jenny Frison, where like Wonder Woman had like the mascara coming or blood drowning from her eyes and stuff.
Oh yeah,
that was sweet. It was a quick $12 book. It's now around $7 to $10, selling pretty well. So you might want to check and grab one of those if you can. Kind of a whiff is the Moon Knight Philip Tan variant. I don't know if that's the 125 or the 150. I get them confused. I think it's 125. It's started around the 35 to 40 range. Now is under $20, which is what you would have to pay for it. But I still love it. I still think it's great. But you got to be a Moon Knight fan, I think, to want that one. That's not for flipping. That's just for fun. Not for profit, just for fun.
There you
go. So that's another one. You probably could have guessed that Moon Knight wasn't going to blow up and stay blown up. Speaking of variants that could, though, Eric and Kyle have worked on spec bundles for this month.
No, Eric. Kyle just conferred. That was all Eric.
Well, you weighed in.
Okay.
I had nothing to do with it. I was watching Bohemian Rhapsody at the time, so you guys took care of it. I appreciate that. So we've got 2 variant bundles that are C4FAP pre-order bundles. It's going to catch on. Don't laugh at me.
I apologize for the scoff.
The first one is your entry-level Drew size bundle. It's 3 1-in-10s. A Conan the Barbarian Cassidy variant, 1-in-10, a Guardians of the Galaxy #1 Scroachy variant, and a Captain Marvel #1 Psy variant. That's TSAI, so I don't know if I pronounced that properly. I will include the order codes and the bundles in our show notes, so that'll help you search out details on those. But those 3 1-in-10s, which normally you're going to pay easily $45 from other mail order sites or your LCS, you can pre-order for $25. So you get all 3 1-in-10 variants for $25. And here's the kicker: if you love all 3, you can buy as many bundles as you want. There is no limit on the number you can buy. So you want to go long haul and get 10 of these bundles, $250. You got 10 of each of them. He will do it. So that's pretty cool. And if you only like 2 of them, if you only like 2 of the 3, you should still get that bundle because it's cheaper than buying just those 2 elsewhere.
Yep.
So and you get the third for free. So that's kind of a cool way to look at it. So that's bundle number 1. That's the Drew's entry level bundle, and then the Kyle big spender bundle is 4 1-in-25s. So this is Conan the Barbarian #1, the Zafino variant. These are all 125s. Guardians of the Galaxy #1 Perel variant, Black Widow #1 and Dolfo variant, and the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1 artist variant. Normally, these are all going to run, if you bought all 4 of these elsewhere, it's going to be about $150. But through Comics for Fun and Profit and our friends at Cowabunga, you can pre-order these for $85. So you can get all 4 for $85. And again, if you like 2 of them, you chip in an extra $10 to the 2 that you would normally pay, and you get 2 others for free, basically. So really good bargain. And again, if you're in love with them, you can buy as many of these bundles as you want. There are no limits. So very cool. You could probably also reach out to Eric. I know you could. And if there's just one of these that you want, he will price that accordingly. And give
not
you,
as good as the bundle, but
not as good as the bundle. But you don't have to get the bundle if you want one of these variants. But the deal, the bargain, is for the bundle. And we appreciate that very much. Of course, reach out to Eric at cowabungacomics.com, and you can get the bundle that way, or get on his list for the bundle. Will be on the order form, so you'll be able to order it through the order form. So I think we got at least through probably Thanksgiving on these. I'll get a firm final date, final cutoff on when these orders have to be in. But if that sounds cool to you, reach out to Eric or reach out to us, and we can pass the information along as well. Good stuff. We appreciate Eric going to the trouble of assembling these variant bundles for you folks, and I'm very curious. I'm going to be Googling all these later to look at the covers. I haven't got a chance to see all the covers yet. Some of them probably haven't been released either. So we'll see. We'll check all those out. But that's good stuff. And let's transition. While we're talking about Cowabunga, let's transition to the FOC that Cowabunga sent us. Do you have the email up with his picks by any chance?
I do. It's right in front of me. So, of course, when we talk about the FOC, that is your final order cutoff. This is the last opportunity, when you'll be hearing this weekend through midday Monday, to get a hold of your LCS if you have a local one that does FOC, and place these books on order to come in with the regular diamond order. This is your chance to just get them as if they were regular pulls, as if you'd ordered them on previews without missing a beat. Anything past these dates, and you're going to have to either hope for grace from Diamond or the ability to reorder or find them on the secondary market. So this is something where we like to dig through, give you a second chance if you missed something on your previews. Also, there's been a lot more stuff lately on FOC that's been FOC only, or that we're finally getting a chance to see art on, and this gives us one more last grasp at those things. So we just like to dig through those and make sure that you guys have the ability to add them or keep them on your radar when they do come out. So, of course, like we said, Eric from Cowabunga has his 4 that he features on these. So I'll go over those real quick. We talked about Batgirl in the Middleton variant. This is the FOC, the ability to get that cover B for Batgirl 29. A really nice Middleton variant. We've talked forever about Batman Damned issue 2. You can do an FOC late add and still get a good deal and a break on even the variant edition, the Jim Lee variant edition of Batman Damned number 2.
And I hear this is all about ball hair.
Jeez. This will be about batscaping. Winter Soldier number 1, Kyle Higgins writing that, so you want to jump on that, which I'm interested in that because I like Kyle Higgins' interpretation of Nightwing, and I'll see what his treatment of Winter Soldier is. This will be your chance to jump on that. And, of course, Eric likes to feature a trade or a collected edition. In here we have his Hard Case Crimes, the Mike Hammer Night I Died trade paperback edition on that.
Which were really fun in single issues. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. Most of these things look like they're coming out around the 28th of November. So this will be due on Monday by noon. So you have all weekend to decide. One thing Eric mentioned last week is if you're loyal to your LCS and you don't want to change, but they don't have FOC access, you can get on his list and use it to take into your LCS and have them order it for you. He doesn't mind.
Yeah, pro tip, there is no better compiler of this information for both an order form for previews and the ability to just make FOC completely orderable and legible than Cowabunga Comics. And Eric made it set in his own words, even if you don't order from me, feel free to use it. So I'm going to parrot that information. That is not something I was willing to say, but if he's willing to say that, that's awesome. Just get on his list, get these cultivated forms. The prices, of course, are Cowabunga prices, so you may have to go into your LCS and haggle for those. Yeah,
you're not going to get those. You're not going to get the Cowabunga price at your LCS. Most likely. I'm 99% sure you're not.
Yeah, but it's nice looking forms. He puts a lot of work into these, a lot more than I'm sure that I know for a fact my LCS would. So well, my LCS is Cowabunga, but the local down the road.
Yeah. That we disparage.
That we laugh at. And that I went into and I was finished digging through everything they had in a matter of 6.5 minutes.
Their dollar bin, I kid you not, their dollar bin was
14 comics?
3/4 of a short box.
Yes.
It's not a long box.
No.
A short box. And it used to be 50 long boxes.
Mm-hmm. In a sea of 47 empty long boxes.
They're just all empty.
We're going to get to it. We're looking to put some new stuff out.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Crazy.
I got that.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Anyway, Dark Horse.
I'm sorry. Let's start where we love to start on the FOC and Dark Horse. Stranger Things number 3. If you're enjoying the tale of Mike and what happened in the Upside Down, Jump on these. They're doing the good thing about these is that I think Dark Horse is doing cool. They're doing 4 covers for each of these, so they're continuing to cater to the Stranger Things audience and those people. The print run was good on these, and I assume that's from, or the numbers we had on print 1 were good, and I assume a lot of that is people wanting all the different covers as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I don't know if these are going to do anything on the secondary market like I'd hoped.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be something that when collected in trade is going to sell really well. Barnes and Noble, Amazon, elsewhere outside of comic shops, it's going to be something that sells really well to a lot of people because of that cachet.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got in Dark Horse.
All right.
I'm going to head on down to DC.
I'm going to take a look at that Batgirl variant because I didn't have my... Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Middleton. Josh Middleton.
Who knew? No.
Yeah, I think we knew.
Yeah.
We started seeing him come out. They were pretty good. Let me look at that. Did he select the Batman Damn variant or the A?
He selected the Jim Lee variant.
It's pretty nice.
He featured the Jim Lee variant.
Yeah, that's really nice too.
Mm-mm.
Is this the detective where we got a new? No, it's still James Robinson.
It's still James. So he is doing the new one starts on, I believe it's 94, because it's literally the 6 issues leading up to essentially what I'm considering a storyline leading up to.
Very cool.
An arc, if you will.
Kind of like that Carl Kerschel Flash variant. It's like looks like a black and white scan of an interior page almost. It's pretty neat. Another old lady Harley. I'm going to be curious as to sales of number 2. I think there's probably a curiosity factor for the first issue, but I wonder if they're going to stick around. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Titans variant's nice. Let me see that Frizen be. Oh, another beautiful Frizen cover. Man.
Surprise.
Another nice Wonder Woman there. That's all I think I see. There was a number 1 up there that I may have missed a vote on. It was was it Batman? No, yeah, Aquaman, Justice League, Drowned Earth.
Yeah, the Drowned Earth.
Yeah. I don't know if these are going to do anything, but they look like they're putting some effort into them.
There you go. And the penultimate issue of Scarlet, issue 4 of 5.
Oh, well, it's just a 5-issue mini, huh?
Yep.
It's fun. I like it. Not really fun, kind of depressing, but it's good. Well done. Nothing else for me from DC.
Me either. Head on down to IDW. Nothing.
Mm-mm.
A lot of things coming out, but
nothing that jumps out at me.
yeah, I can't remember anything about the Spider-Man. Oh, there's our Dungeons and Dragons, our Rick and Morty Dungeons and Dragons.
Cover B.
Yep, our cover B. I will have to.
The character sheet.
Yeah, I can't remember if I independently ordered this one out of the previews or what, but I gotta make sure I get my full set on those.
And who is the female character? Lion. I don't know Rick and Morty, so I can't tell who that is.
I'm having trouble getting any previews to pop up in mine because for some odd reason it isn't opening well in my thing.
A lot of stuff from IDW, but nothing that jumps out. Must have.
All right.
We do the 5th issue of Die Die Die. It still hasn't been in previews yet. I think it's in November's, right?
That sounds right.
At least the first 4. It's a redacted cover, so they don't want to spoil it.
Mm-hmm. And of course, these have still been coming in as 3 or 4 different covers with different word balloons on all of the previous ones, I believe.
So yeah, I need to add. Jeez, I don't know where I'm. I hope I've got 2 of each coming, but I don't know. I'll have to check. Ooh, Low's coming out.
Yeah, and there's
3.
a Matteo Scalera. Is that what it?
Yeah, some Matteo Scalera B cover. That's nice. Warning number 1. What's that?
Don't know. Can't click on anything.
Edward LaRoche. An enormous machine slowly materializes in a major West Coast city whose Senate and why is a mystery understood only by the malevolent beings gliding silently toward Earth through the inky vastness of space. In response, a multinational combat brigade called Gladiator 26 is deployed. Huh.
Oh yeah,
I missed this one. I bet I got one coming. I usually do with the ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have for Image.
Me as well. Let's head on down to Marvel.
Well, these amazing Spider-Men have had some stuff in it, right? Nick Spencer's been doing some fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm not reading it, but I hear good things. There's a Black Cat variant. Those are always cool.
I don't even see the cover A. Or it's jumbled.
Ooh, wait, whoa. J. Scott Campbell is the Black Cat variant. Okay. That is, yeah, you get, yeah. Wait, how am I?
Yeah?
Hold on. I'm clicking as hard as I can here.
You really got a thing for J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah, because every time he puts Black Cat on the cover of a Spider-Man, it's not worth triple cover. Come on, dude. Do some homework.
That says Roberto Ramos.
Is
So it might be Diamond might have their things mixed.
It says JSC Black Cat. JSC is
Well,
J.
click on it. Click on it, and the Diamond description says something else.
I don't believe you.
Do you recognize it on site?
Yeah, well, I mean,
J. Scott Campbell?
If you take the order code information and throw it through a Google, it pops up with the cover.
I'll order one then.
Yeah. Yes, I'm getting one of those. I need. Yeah, I got it. Anytime J. Scott Campbell does one of those Black Cat variants and stuff like that, they usually
for cover you hop on it.
Yeah, you got to. I can't afford the Virgin, although that's nice. But yeah,
so I don't know what the deal is with Daredevil 612 because I dropped off since Charles Soule's been writing. But there's a lot of covers, and one of them is a Sienkiewicz. And Sienkiewicz and Daredevil go together like Sienkiewicz and Daredevil. It's a match made in heaven. So I have screwed up the form. Damn it. Son of a bitch. I'm going to have to put explicit tag on this.
Just because Drew's inability rants.
There it is. 1, please. Oh, now there's a Dead Man Logan. Oh, that's why Old Man Logan ended at 50.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, now I know. Okay, now I see what they're doing. And it's still Ed Brisson, so I am happy. I am happy again. Nice. What if he's like fighting himself through hell or something? That'd be cool.
That would be rad. Oh, hold on. What does Dead Man Logan and a Scotty Young look like?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. It's Scotty Young.
Yeah. Classic.
Classic. I couldn't read what the word balloon said, but I'm sure it was funny.
Guys, come on with all the tears. The book's called Dead Man Logan after all. It's kind of right there in the title.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, that's what it says.
And then we have Defenders Immortal Hulk and Defenders Namor #1, also with young variants.
Jeez. And high-end Kirby remastered variant on the Defenders Immortal.
But the young variants are only $2.99.
Yeah, those are always just fun. Cool. I just love those.
Yeah, they are fun. And so many covers for a Fantastic Four #4. They're just continuing to go to town.
Yeah. Ironheart #1.
Oh, nice.
Lots of covers on that one as well.
Lots of covers on that.
Killmonger #1.
You know, I'm sure I saw all this stuff in previews originally, but it's almost like it's a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm saying like, oh yeah, oh look at that. Zdarsky still writing 2-in-1, right? He didn't drop that one too, did he?
Okay, so Merry X-Men Holiday Special #1. We've got several different writers on this, including Charlemagne the God, who I believe is a rapper.
Oh wow! No, he has a radio show, doesn't he?
Oh, that's right. He's the guy on Sirius. Yeah. Some of the storylines include: what does Magneto do for Hanukkah? What's Rogue and Gambit's first married Christmas like? Is Jubilee truly the master of navigating malls during the holidays? These questions and more are answered in all of your favorite X-Men and more creators that you can shake a jingle bell at. Come together for a holiday celebration to last all month long.
Nice.
So, not bad for $5. Might be worth snagging.
Yeah. I always like to check the Star Wars action figure variant, see who the action figure is. This is Nian Nub.
Drew, you're
the
now
Cantina, right? He was in the Cantina?
Yeah, Nian Nub. Aren't you the expert on Spider-Geddon? You're not going to take us through whether we need the Spider-Geddon handbook or the second print of Spider-Geddon 2 or Spider-Girls 2 or Spider-Gwen Ghost Pepper 16 or whatever it is?
Is the Spider-Geddon handbook like a Marvel handbook? The official handbook? Oh, that's cool. I am kind of interested in that.
I said it in jest, and it turned out I've just led you on to something.
Well, one of the Spider-Man in Spider-Geddon is like from that new PlayStation video game.
Yep, the white
version.
The innocuously called the White Spider.
Because of the White Spider on his...
Yeah. Real creative. But yeah, the Insomniac video game from PlayStation.
Have you played that?
No, I have not.
Not yet. You will, though, I'm guessing.
Yes, I will. I'm in one of those spots where I'm forcing myself to beat like half a dozen games before purchasing another because I have this pile of shame.
Isn't it more in the acquisition than the completion?
No, because with video games, you always lose if you buy them at full price and let them sit for 6 months when they're on sale everywhere else. It's just a horrible, obnoxious habit.
Gotcha. Okay, who is Qui-Gon Jinn?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Okay.
How long's it been since you watched Episode 1, Phantom Menace? Qui-Gon,
it's been a minute.
Obi-Wan's original master.
Okay.
Green lightsaber.
Okay. I often think that I am a Star Wars fan, and then I get embarrassed like this, and I'm like, I guess I'm not a super fan. I just really, I like him.
Yeah.
I just don't know all the minutia.
Liam Neeson, come on.
Oh yeah, Liam Neeson. Okay, now I'm there.
There you go. Friggin', is Marvel got like 900 books just this week? Holy crap on a cracker.
That is how you win the market share.
Yeah. And as far as these Qui-Gons and stuff's concerned, this is the Age of Republic. I think these are all one-offs. There's several different ones of them planned over the next few
so it's not a 5-issue
months. Mini. No. I believe they're one-offs. I'm pretty sure they're one-offs. I was confused in the solicit, but yeah.
Venom 9 has a Sienkiewicz. I know I'm a broken record. Villain
Jeez.
Which is really nice. Yeah. A lot of monkeys on the cover. Do you know there are people that just collect monkey cover comics?
Interesting.
Yep.
As a man with a small collection of cat cosplay, I get it.
That's true. It's not a joke, folks. How many of those do you have?
3.
Winter Soldier Sienkiewicz cover.
Okay, you don't just have to pull the words Control F Sienkiewicz and just feature those.
It's not great.
Ooh. He's turned on him.
I have.
Will that be all for Marvel, sir?
I believe so, yes.
All right, let's head on down to Boom. Fence number 12. Drew, you still you still fencing?
I'm still fencing.
Excellent.
I'm still fencing. And I assumed this was a miniseries, and it's still going. I was kind of hoping it was a miniseries if we get to the end of it. So now I'm just like, do I keep reading?
How many times can we talk about parry, thrust? Good.
Exactly.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, episode 33. I say that because for some odd reason, Power Rangers has exploded in my house in the last month.
Really?
Yes. My children have found...
The oldest?
All 3 are...
All?
And I'm completely bewildered and enamored that there are like 4 dozen versions of Power Rangers. Some where they're dinosaurs, and some where they're pirates, and some where they're police cars, and man, there's a lot going on there.
What streaming service is providing you with all this?
Netflix has an obnoxious amount of Power Rangers on it, and my children are going Power Ranger crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's because that's been around for 25 years?
For a long
or more?
time. That sounds about right. Because I'm 37.
We were too old. We were too old for it.
Yeah.
When it came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It came out, yeah. Or were you?
It
right
missed
age?
me. I knew of it, but we of course didn't have TV, so.
Yeah, it's true. We did live in a cave.
But just that's irrelevant to the topic of whether we need these books, but just in general, seeing them is a bit of a new thing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1993 was the first episode of Power Rangers.
All right. You were
11.
12.
12, yeah, 12. All right, that's all I got for Boom.
Now, is the Red Sonja cosplay variant, is that Cats, Kyle?
No,
No,
it isn't.
not
No,
cat.
it
It isn't cats
it is
doing grunts
not.
on
Those
you.
are special things that you can only occasionally get. I'd like to see more of them.
Let's see. Aftershock. Nothing. Heard good things about Dead Kings. One might have been Eric last week.
Yeah.
Steve Orlando, I don't like him. So.
Relay number 4 and 5 slated to come out about the same time. That's odd from Aftershock.
Yeah, one's delayed, one's on time.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think I'd wait.
That's what I was thinking too.
I think I'd wait a week, at least. Because one's going to be behind the other on the shelf, I'm guessing. That's how they normally do it, right?
Yeah.
Both do on the 28th. Oh, okay. There's a second print of the first issue of Devil Within from Black Mask. And I can't tell if that's the same cover or not because I wasn't that interested in The Devil Within, but I have heard good things.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to check into that.
There you go. Quinn Credible from Lion Forge. Looks a little all-agey, but might be interesting.
The Wilds from Black Mask ended with its last issue. I think it was 6. And the trade paperback is available for order here on FOC. It ended pretty well. A little rushed. I think they were hoping it was going to be a longer running series, so they had to tie up some loose ends. But it was one that I enjoyed and had fun with. Good job, Black Mask. You completed a series.
Yeah. And if you get it in trade form, the time frame for which that series was completed is irrelevant to you.
It was delayed slightly, but not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is a new Black Mask that is Snap Flash Hustle, written by Pat Shand with art by Emily Pearson. It's about a downtrodden alternative model. So it's a modeling story.
Okay.
You know I'm going to read this, right?
Yeah.
You know I'll read it.
Yeah, right.
If I'm reading about fencing and dodgeball, why would I not read about modeling?
I am interested in the Saint-Onge cover. Let's see what she looks like.
Saint-Onge?
Saint-Onge. Nice. Not bad.
Lion Forge is putting out Quinn Credible, number 1. Rodney Barnes on writing, Kelly Fitzpatrick, and Selena Espirito doing the art inside, and a cover by Michelle Wong about a high school sophomore looking to live his best life by moonlighting as a superhero. The catch? His power is invulnerability, but that is the only power he has. Kind of a cool concept. That's something I want to check out.
Looks a little all agey.
Does not. It does not. And that's, don't say it like it's a bad thing. I got really upset about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you just
really defending Quinn Credible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if Lion Forge does all agey books, do they? They all skew a little older, I thought.
Okay.
Maybe you're right.
Perhaps
I'll let you know.
His lace-up high tops and the cute. All right, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. You're always right on these things, so you're probably right about that. Now the Exo Manowar number 21 from Valiant, following the heels of their glass cover. This is an interlocking incentive cover, which I don't know what that means. Interlocking. Oh, that's the name of the artist. Gay Days. I was like, what is an interlocking guide? I don't know what that means. Land That Time Forgot. I believe that's a television series from long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the publisher is. Let me click on that just for giggles here. It is American Mythology Productions. All right, that's it. That's all I have.
That's all I got as well, sir.
Lots of good stuff in here, though. Yeah, get on this list. Get on this list so you can play along with us, and then say, "Hey, dummies, you missed this."
That's right. That's right. So, if we're done with the FOC, Drew, you want to head on over to previewsworld.com and start on what's coming up this coming Wednesday?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, click on new releases. Scroll over to November 7th, 2018. And Drew, let's start where we have to start now. Let's start where we love to start, an Image.
The Blackbird second printing of number 1 is a different cover.
Yeah.
FYI.
Did you read
Bully
that?
Wars has been... Which one?
Blackbird.
Yeah. Did not like it.
Gotcha.
Bully Wars, which I do really like, is good. And you know what, Kyle? It's all agey, but it's good.
There you go. I like that.
Another issue of Farmhand, and number 5 ends the story arc. Curious to see where that goes.
Redlands number 8. I've been told that Redlands is finally starting to pick up steam. I have not dipped back in since I think issue 3.
Oh, so you're on 7? So 7 is out?
Yeah, Redlands 8 is coming out.
Okay. So yeah, so I think there was a long gap between 6 and 7.
Sounds
and
correct.
Now 8's not bad. Outer Darkness is the new John Layman written series with Afu Chan, and I saw the preview pages on this. It was okay. Art's not as great as how it was on Chew, but it's a different artist, so duh.
True.
But might be worth checking out though.
Who's on our Walking Dead variant? Oh, this is our Jesus cover.
Only a couple more of these.
Drew's in for a
Gotta
penny
slog
and for
through.
a pound for the entire anniversary here, inadvertently.
I really got to read the fine print next time. This is the anniversary, a year-long celebration. Year-long means 12 issues. So if you commit to that, you're in for a long time. Wicked and Divine Funnies number 1, a one-shot written by all kinds of people. Maybe making fun of Wick Div, because there's Zdarsky and Kate Leth and Erica Henderson.
And a weird cover B.
I will probably check this out just to see.
It's only $4.
Yeah, that's all I had from Image.
Let's head on down to Dark Horse.
Wow, no. Two comics.
comics.
Death Orb number 2 and Umbrella Academy Hotel Oblivion number 2. There, we mentioned both of them.
In the $125 Dragonstone bookends.
True.
IDW, sir?
I'm guessing no.
Disney's Afternoon Giant. No.
There's a GoBots sighting.
There you go. Bots. We're starting to get some of these local comic book shop day stuff in, it looks like.
And what day is that?
No
Do we know?
idea.
Well, let me Google it while you're looking. That's the next thing.
Yeah.
Fill the air, Kyle.
With GoBots information? I told you I was wrong on these, I thought.
Keep going.
Let's see. Star Wars Adventures 1 of 3. We got a 3-part series on the Destroyer Down storyline there.
Saturday, November 17th. Celebrate local comic shop
There
day.
you go, November 17th. So you'll see some of these LSD or LCSD variants coming out. I'll have to,
If you see LSD,
if you see a little
stay away.
LSD, don't lick the window.
Are we into DC?
Yes.
Batman 58 Matina variant is cool.
Yeah. I think he's single-handedly adding an extra 5 to 10,000 issues for some of these.
Yeah. Yeah, if Batman, after the wedding issue fiasco, if Batman did not have two independently order covers with sweet artists on them, it'd be what, 90,000 now?
Yes, that's
Maybe,
my guess. Yeah.
maybe. I think people were ready to turn on it, and it has kind of won them over.
People have said, "All right." Yeah. So we have, as far as the local comic book shop day, we have a GoBots book that's going to be available. There's going to be a Doctor Who book that's going to be available.
Everybody's going to be excited. The talk of this week is going to be Grant Morrison's Green Lantern.
Yes.
Are you interested?
No. Yes, I'm interested in reading it. Yeah, from a spec perspective, probably not, but I will definitely want to read it.
Yeah, for the fun part, not the profit part.
Drew, do we care about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers blind box for a local comic book shop day?
I missed the boat on the last one, the 25 poly bag.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and we'll finish this, and then at the end of this, I'm going to jump up to the local comic book shop day offerings and talk about what all will be offered on November 17th. We're a couple weeks out, but there's a few things on the site that have the whole rundown of what all will be available those days.
The spec-worthy Green Lantern talk would be the variant cover by Frank Quitely, by the way, which is amazing. Amazing.
Whereas for Nightwing 52, we have that is my cover B. Blah.
How about a second printing of 50 with image coming soon? So could it be a different cover?
Yeah, it could be.
Or just be.
But DC isn't usually big on a different second print.
Nope.
Normally
they're
it's
not. So maybe they just
orange on the top or something.
Yes. So I'd be curious to keep an eye on that one. Okay, go ahead and go LCSD.
Okay, you want me to go through all those? Okay,
yes.
So we talked about the two that we have already talked about. There is a limited to 500 local comic shop day 2018 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Year 2 blind box. I do not see the price on that, but that is one of the limited or unique items for local comic book shop day. We also have the local comic shop day version of that Green Lantern #1. So there is a local comic shop foil LCSD version of that Grant Morrison #1.
Oh,
there is a local comic shop day Marvel Knights 20th anniversary #1 sketch cover that is really nice looking. Limited to only 500 copies of this will be available. So it looks like there's some very limited LCSD variants on some of that stuff. Exo Manowar, that deluxe hardcover, is a local.
How does that work if there's 2,000 to 3,000 comic shops and there's 500 of these? They allocate? How do they do it, I wonder?
I would imagine. Gideon Falls hardcover from Image, limited to 1,000 copies. From Image, Blackbird #1 has an LCSD variant, limited to 500 copies there as well. Foil version. Cal Exit hardcover volume 1 from Black Mask. There is an LCSD version of that. Brave and the Bold Batman and Wonder Woman hardcover. There will be an LCSD version of that. From Black Mask, we also have Space Riders Volume 2 hardcover. Ooh, here we go. LCSD 2018 Rick and Morty Treasury Edition from Oni Press. So that'll include issues 35 and 40, 2 standalone Kyle Starks issues in that. Cherry Blossom #1 from Archie. We'll have an LCSD rare book there. From Dark Horse, we will have Aliens, Alien 3, issue #1. And Uncanny X-Men from Marvel will have a LCSD special edition as well. So those are some of the unique and limited items that have been announced for 2018 Local Comic Shop Day on November 17, 2018. So I don't know how early you'd have to try to get a hold of those, but that kind of stuff's...
Probably that ship has sailed, I'm guessing.
But it's never too early to start looking for that stuff if you missed it and it's on your radar.
Where are we at now? We at Marvel?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
So we got a Rob Liefeld Champions 26 variant. Liefeld. We have the first issue of Marvel Knights 20th anniversary.
Yeah, which...
It's a really cool cover.
Yeah, and see that cover there is the one that the LCSD is everything on that cover. It's that same Jeffrey Shaw cover. Everything is sketch except for the Red Daredevil. Red Daredevil suit.
Super cool.
Yeah, so that's what the LCSD looks like. Spider Get It in 3.
So we have a Star Wars Han Solo Imperial Cadet 5-issue miniseries starting. So this would be that time, if you've seen Solo, when he was in the Navy, Imperial Navy?
Correct.
For a very short amount of time?
Written by Robbie Thompson.
That's cool. Might be okay.
Yeah. It's a neat little timeline.
It looks a little all-agey.
It does. Typhoid Fever X-Men #1, written by Clay Chapman.
What Ifs must be selling well enough to go to second printings, because there's What If X-Men #1. X-Men Red, I have dropped, so I no longer... The only X book I read is X-23.
You're not reading Tom Taylor?
Is Uncanny out yet?
He's on Red. Tom Taylor's doing X-Men Red.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't
and
like
Jenny Frison is doing the cover for 10.
I jumped off at the wrong time.
Yes, you did. Don't let Drew steer you people wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of went off the rails a little bit for me.
I mean, especially if you're not a big X-Men guy, it's tough to stick around.
Yeah. Yeah. The last one I really enjoyed was when Bendis was writing, so that's been a long time ago.
Been a couple days, yeah. All right, you done with Marvel?
Mm-hmm.
Let's head on down to Dynamite. Here's those James Bond. Really cool Albuquerque. I like that Raphael Albuquerque variant there. I like Greg Pak as a writer, so he's got a shot at getting me on these.
Yep. Got an Incentive variant. That's a Ben Templesmith for Empty Man #1. Did I just jump to the next? I did.
You did. That's okay.
Sorry. So, like I was saying, from Boom, Empty Man #1 is a Ben Templesmith Incentive variant, which is kind of nice.
There's the price on our local comic shop day Mighty Morphin Power Rangers blind box. It's $100. Contains 1 hardcover, 3 random variants, and 1 exclusive issue 30 LCSD.
it's the perfect gift for Power Rangers
There you
fans, Kyle. And you have 3 kids that are Power Rangers fans, so
Dude,
why aren't you buying them this?
They wouldn't appreciate it. When did Wet Hot American Summer get a comic?
I didn't see that. That's interesting.
That's cool. Alright, let's head on down to some of our smaller publishers. Our Onis, our Black Masks, our Aftershocks.
Do we care about Die Kitty Die Heaven and Hell? 0 or number 1?
Chapter House Publishing.
That's the Canadian
Yeah.
publisher?
So. Yeah.
Do we care about the 13th Doctor, number 1?
Is that the
Doctor
that's the
Who.
female doctor though, right? Is that the current one?
You tell me. I don't know.
I'm no Whovian.
I've yet to watch an episode. Never watched an
Yeah, it
episode.
looks like that is our female doctor of our current thing. There's Babs Tarr doing the cover A, photo variant on B.
Ooh. I do like that Babs cover.
Yeah. Cosplay variant on cover K, Stamos cosplay. There is a puppet variant for J. We are into puppet variants. Yes, you are hearing the guy talking about his love of the cat cosplay, throwing shade at the puppet variant. We have a High Council variant, which is interesting. Man, Titan going cray-cray with the variants. Wow.
Punchline 1, number 1, from Antarctic Press, written by Bill Williams with art by Matthew Weldon. Mel was a cloaked, superpowered representative of a superhuman group entrusted with protecting all mankind. After being forced to retire, Mel meets Jessie, who agrees to take her place as a costume heroine. Now, I mention this because Rags was Antarctic Press,
Yeah.
and it had a hot female on the cover. Punchline is from Antarctic Press and has a hot female on the cover. And I don't know that if this one sells 700 copies too, could it be a $50 book?
Yes, it could.
I'm putting this in my memory
Probably
bank.
already too late to get one.
Yeah, probably is.
But that cover B, rockin' and rollin'.
There's Rags number 2 as well, right below it.
If you can get it, grab it immediately, because there's not going to be any of these either. So if you see any of the Rags or any of the punchlines, get them. Even though they're asking $10 for the B covers on these things, they're super stupid scarce.
I don't think the Rags... I think the Rags blew up after FOC on Rags number 2.
Absolutely, exactly.
Yeah. So there was no way to react unless you were... you knew what you were doing.
So the vultures will be out. And that will be us.
So, yeah, you're going to have to go to a big shop that carries Antarctic Press, because your run-of-the-mill isn't going to carry it.
Well, we see my pick of the week, the Trum Titan Space Force number 1 action figure variant. It's unfortunately a secret. So we're not going to know the answer to that one.
That's a good segue, since we're out of comics. Everybody vote. Don't forget to go vote Tuesday. And remember, Republicans vote on Wednesday.
Catch Drew in his blue wave. All right, Drew, this is the point of the podcast where I ask what your pick of the week is. What is the one comic book to run to your LCS, be there as soon as the door opens, grab, drop in that top later, and say, this is the next Rags #1. This is the next Batwang. What you got?
The safe play is the Middleton Batgirl.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Punchline #1, just in case lightning strikes twice.
Absolutely. Yeah, the easy ones are Rags #2 as well. That Middleton is a darn good idea on that one. You know, it's a crapshoot on Green Lantern 1. It could be super well written.
It's going to be a huge.
It's going to be. You think?
I think Grant Morrison doing Green Lantern is going to be a huge print run. Yeah, 100,000
Okay,
plus.
I was going to ask if that's going to be in your top 3 or whatever.
Sure. We've never had the two of the same publisher for our picks before. So if you did Rags 2, that would be kind of interesting.
I mean, they're super simple. I mean, those are definitely based on Rags 1. Other people are going to think like we did and run out and grab it. It's going to have just as small of a print run because this is another book that came out and FOC'd after Rags hit big. It's the quote-unquote hot publisher at the moment, if you can have a hot publisher selling 700 issues of a book. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go Punchline #1. If you see...
No, I did Punchline. You have to do Rags.
I'm going to do Rags, too. There is the silver variant as well for $10. If you see either of those, grab them. Grab them right now.
Yeah. I think maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's an easy return. You're not losing money on any of those books because of the small print run and the heat behind that publisher. So it's
that's a first. Yeah. We picked the same small publisher. That's a first for us in nearly 500 shows.
I'm sure we both picked DC books before, but that's okay.
Right,
small
right.
publisher.
Yeah, but not. We probably both pick Image books. We probably both, but nothing from the back half. Never from the back half.
Well, I want to thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. Thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself. This is one last opportunity for you to, of course, leave us a rating and review on iTunes. Get into our drawing. Be one of the lucky people that leaves us a rating and review, and you could win some free comic books. Feel free to find us on the Facebooks, find us on the Twitters and the Instagrams. All this can be found at comicsfunprofit.com for all those links. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.